Boys and girls, welcome to our voting for democracy stream. Here we're not going to be voting. We're going to be playing in a Pawnda Blitz Swiss number 14 tournament, while our American-based friends are involved in the election over there. But hopefully democracy will prevail, right, Pawnda? All right, guys. Anyway, it's going to be a long democratic process. We're not gonna have an election in one day. It looks like that's gonna be a question for days and maybe a week before we know what happens with that. But anyway, I just want to encourage everybody to vote. Our little public service announcement. If you have the ability, please do so. All right, we're going to be hosting the Pawnda Blitz Swiss number 14 here. We've got Sparklehorse, Aldisto, Yevgeny Viktorovich, Cheesy Noob, Dweep, NM Slom, Berserker, Batan, Kylor, Astrobate, and Akshab. That's 11 players so far. 11 minutes to go. Schieberspieler in the house. What's up? Go Routines is new here. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes people are lurking for days, weeks, even months, and I didn't see them chatting in the stream. But welcome to Go Routines. Schieberspieler, our hero. I hope that we get a chance to play with Schieberspieler and get a little closer to an even score. We miraculously swindled him the other day to reduce our deficit to just a few games. FIDE Master Schieberspieler is not in the event yet, but we've got 11 minutes yet till start time. 5+3 casual. It's a Swiss tournament, so it's not an arena. All the games start and end in unison. This is our Tuesday Pawnda and Horses Club tournament. So if you want to join our team, you have to be a regular player. You don't feel the power, but I drank a little bit of Palinka, which should bring me good luck. It's artificial power. It's like brain power. Classic Schieberspiel. Lots of sugar for the brain. Palinka is strong brandy. Alright, man. That stuff is dangerous. I try to avoid it. Much safer. Edward Elric, it's much safer to just drink like straight up vodka. Palinka is it's very strong, fruit based brandy. Usually it's not as filtered as a commercial. Not as smooth and filtered as commercial alcohol. Very strong. Just a little bit can have quite an effect, and it gives you a really nasty hangover in my experience. So I wouldn't recommend too much. Going for the third victory in a row against you. What? Really? Did I do that? Yeah, vodka is safer than... I feel okay with vodka. The Palinka can make you wish you weren't alive the next day. I mean, I guess if you buy cheap vodka, that can be pretty bad too. It also depends on how much you drink, but Palinka is a very classic drink here. It's called different things in different countries, but that's the name here in Hungary. Traditional Central European alcoholic beverage. Alright guys, we're getting started. So got 9 minutes. Schieberspieler steps into the, I want to say the arena, but it's not actually an arena. Last two games for me were wins against Schieberspieler. Interesting. Let's see. Can I see our score if I click on you? I'd have to, yeah, it's too hard. I guess if I see our game, we'll show everybody my win against you. We go to our win, we can see the score table. Actually, yeah, the cross table. That's not true, man. I didn't beat you. Now you're... Our last two decisive games were win for me, but there was a draw. What am I talking about? That's not true either. No, you've been drinking. The last decisive game was for me. Then it was a draw, and then you won 2 in a row. So we had incorrect fake news from Schieberspieler. In fact, you had won 2 games against me prior to that. No, this thing messes you up. It always makes me think, are you serious? Oh, those are different games. Wow, all the time I've been thinking like I didn't understand what that was. I'm really dense, you know? That's our last game. I had 2 in a row. Now I understand. You know, for like the longest time, for I don't know how long, I thought this was just a repeat of that. Like, I thought the orange game was just a. That's so weird. I was just talking about it the other day. I don't even have a clue. Did anybody else understand that I was clueless about this the other day? Now I understand. Like, all the time I thought that was like restating the last game. It just showed like the last result. It's really weird. How could I go on believing that? I'm actually spreading fake news. Yeah, so alright. We got 2 wins. 2 wins in a row. Lucky wins. Looks like you had another game though. Karam Masudi. Schieberspieler is going for best in classical. I've got a request here to join the team. Rochop. Rochop is pretty strong. 2170 blitz, 2200. Nice. Alright. Alright, guys and girls. Welcome to the stream. lichess doesn't like Mozilla for some reason. I have a ancient browser called Mozilla Firefox, which is considered to be like a Neanderthal age browser by the programmers at lichess. Alright, anyway, it does sometimes funny things when I play in the tournament. I might have an issue with one of the games. It's kind of like a gorilla. I'm trying to wake up. Speaking of alcohol, alcohol has funny effects. Sometimes it makes you sleepy, but sometimes it makes you wake up. I actually probably would do better with wine. I've got a can of beer. 5 minutes till the tournament starts. Schieberspieler is in. Sparkle Horse is in. DK Guy is not in. I've got strong field thus far. 1 FIDE Master, 1 IM, and then like 1 National Master, 2 or 3 players that are 2200 plus. Berserker, Batan, and Zernvlad all around 2000. This is going to be brutal for the lower rated players. We're going to have like a. I don't know, we're going to have like recruiting or something for people who are under 1900. Because our club is too strong. I remember going to the chess club when I was a kid. The real life chess club, and like there was nobody over 1900. Now in our chess club here, our virtual chess club, there's nobody under 1900. We have 3 players under 1900. That's brutal for those guys. We got to get more people in the lower middle. The lower middle rating class. You have a 20-minute time difference. Refresh your page. I'm trying to catch up to Schieberspieler in lifetime score. He's more competitive than me, though. Alright. Yeah, what else is new? Presidential election. Go Georgia. End it. Immediately. Georgia is blue. I love all of you. JCS, thanks for voting. No, the easiest way to end the presidential election is just like, by tomorrow we know that Georgia goes Democrat and it's over. Basically game over. Alright. Very close, but that would put the sort of Damocles into the whole thing. Man, we're gonna have to wait for like a week before the presidential election is like officially over. But basically, if he loses Florida or Georgia in the first day, it's basically over. All right. I mean, if you look at the midterm elections, how the governor's race went, how the Georgia governor's race was barely a win for the Republicans. Anything could happen. So we'll see. But anyway, just vote, and I will see you guys on the other side. We're going to start the tournament here in 2 minutes. What's up? Dempsey Hooligan, thanks for... Oh, he's not in the tournament, but he is lurking. Etez, Dempsey Hooligan. I think they're trying to, like, wait until the last minute to jump in and then surprise us. Like it's an arena or something. You know, when you do the arena, you jump in at the last minute. I guess you do the same thing here. It's to mess up people, confuse us. You're just a listener? Cool. That's good to know, because he's been a tough opponent. Etez. I also have had trouble with him. DK guy, where are you? Do I need to refresh my page? Oh, we got a couple more requests to join the team. Bate, you have 100 games. My only request is that people have 100 games. Nice. 3,000. Abashi. Nasser Abashi. Alright. Accept. 10-hour workday. Man, I just work every day. It's unbelievable, DK guy. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Too much. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Yeah, I've been working every day. It's brutal. You're only threatening to enter because the threat is stronger. You're making me tired, DK guy. We got Uber driver in at 2162, ranked 4th. You heard there was an election tonight. Not that it matters in your state, Uber driver. Our state. Massachusetts is a clear result, but I'm just voting for Georgia to win it. It just ended immediately, so I don't have to be stressed out all week. All right, guys. 7, 6, 5. Ready to start. Sparkle Horse. I've been playing the English since 2 weeks ago with my tournament. My first love was the English opening. You gotta remember this is Blitz, though, not Rapid. Sometimes we play 7+3 challenges. Gives me a little more time to talk about the games with a 7+3. Batan is here. I play this symmetrical a lot with black. Let's play Knight of 3. This is not normally my thing, but oftentimes I'll play Knight of 3 first move and have to transpose. I don't like when the symmetrical is too symmetrical. That's my biggest issue. Now, we've had this a couple of times. I get this particular move order against Aldisto a lot. Last time against Batan, I went into a classical G3, kind of mainline symmetrical English. Everybody knows that line. If you have a problem, open a new internet window, go to lichess, click on join. Open a new tab if you're using Firefox. Okay, I misplayed. Man, Batan's pretty smart. I'm 5-0, but he's tough. 2156 in bullet. I'm not supposed to play d4? Yeah, I'm just not awake, I think. I'm having hallucinations. I thought I made a mistake, but this is the right move. Alright. I was watching an episode of Star Trek yesterday where everybody, like, started to get tired, they couldn't sleep, and had hallucinations. That's what's happening to me. The English, I was playing the English when I was a kid, so it's not just for old men. Total misnomer. You see, you're the opposite though. I mean, I started playing the English and then eventually branched out. You're going to like the English. Yeah, some people do that. JCS. Michael Adams. Yeah, you're basically talking about Michael Adams. He's like a great E4 player who starts playing like the English because he's old. I'm so disappointed, you know, even as an English opening aficionado. Um, is it named the English because of Staunton? I never really thought about it, honestly, Uber driver. You're historical, our historical expert, but that would make a lot of sense. Um, or because it was played in London. Why is the English called the English? I never really heard anyone talk about it. Wow, night before. Dude. Dude. I mean, D6 is crazy. Going for it. Maybe I went too far, but I'm willing to take this chance. I guess D5, D5, D6 is too much. Perhaps I should just play like A3. A3, Queen A5, Bishop C4. The D6 may be good. Coffee and beer. A usual combination. Miro BTW, it's called the English because the French, Dutch, Spanish, Italian were already taken. That's a good point. Oh my god. To quote George Bush Jr. Oh my god. Queen D6, Knight C2 check, King D1. Knight A1, Bishop G5. Among other things. Among Us. Obviously that's not safe. There was a Miniev book, right? Take My Rooks or something? But that's where you're like taking both rooks. I see this a lot lately. The English derives its name from the English unofficial world champion Howard Staunton. Unofficial world champion Howard Staunton? Steinitz was officially the world champion, but not Staunton. Rarely do I hear Staunton described as the unofficial world champion. How do you feel about that? Is that correct? How could there even be something as, by definition, like there is no unofficial world champion. You are the world champion or you're not. Like there's no, I'm the unofficial Pawnda streaming world champion. Yeah. Morphe was also an unofficial world champion, I guess. But far stronger than Staunton, obviously. Okay, nice generous gift here from Batan. I wonder if they really consider him the unofficial world champion at that time. Was he sort of the unofficial official world champion? There haven't been any world champions yet, you know. It's a moral question. Okay, so what do we do? I'm kind of liking Bishop C4 here, but then there's no immediate devastation. Dude, this is just perverse. Bishop c4. No immediate devastation. I mean, obviously bishop g5. But then like queen b6. Multiple solutions to the same problem. Pi Day, welcome. Welcome, guys, to our tournament. We had a nice, instructive victory here. Batan got in trouble in the opening. He's a strong player. Surprised to see him collapse quickly. They also used to announce mate, right? Queen e7. Bishop f4 check. And always mate with the lowest form of material that's considered polite. So I've got a queen mate or a knight mate. The knight mate is much more elegant. But the knight mate isn't a mate. If it's not a mate, then technically it's not more elegant. It is not a mate. So I have to do this mate. That's my only mate. With a queen. Primitive. Alright. Not a good opening. Princess chess. Where did she come from? Cheesy noob. Dweeb. Princess just sort of snuck in there. Secretly. Right before the start of the tournament. Alright, let's watch what we got. Berserker versus Jernvlad? No, Aldisto. Whoa. Wow, Jernvlad has a wicked looking attacking formation here. Like a terrible Grand Prix. Looks like a Grand Prix Sicilian. Is it enough? Equal material. Strong attacking potential on the king side for white. Man. It was possible to play knight g5, but then black has like queen e5, so the situation is actually quite complicated. But I'm surprised at the quick bishop d3. That's crazy variation. Knight g5, queen e5. Well, I guess he couldn't trust that. Alisto, one of the highest ranked players. Besides Schieberspieler and myself. Speaking of Schieber, let's check out what he's up to. Schieber playing Berserker, who can be tough. There was an 80s song, Tough Enough. Who is that? Schieberspieler is just like Caro conning it. Defending f7 very smoothly. Easy. Like taking candy from a baby. What else we got? 6 ongoing games or less? 4. Down to 4. Thanks everybody for playing. Uber Driver, Ruslan Bear, Mule Skinner. Who should we pick here? Uber hasn't been with us for a while. He's always tough. It's Uber versus Mule Skinner. Oh, Uber's down the exchange. Not a Grand Prix Sicilian, I hope. Yep. Mule Skinner with f4. It's not that well recommended against e6, actually. I really ought to play this. I did play this against Miralles. Miralles won't play f4. Uber Driver knows his stuff. Good opening. But I think Uber Driver you can consider pawn takes pawn. Knight f6, I'm not sure about that there. Are you supposed to play knight f6? Anyway, we're in this middle game. Black's got a pretty solid blockade in a closed position. No passed pawns for white. But I don't know about the mobility of the knight on e7. I was just saying to myself, that knight is strangely not very mobile. Uber Driver has more time. Your name is Nicholas. Nicholas Cage. Acerbate. One of my least favorite actors. Time is the issue, my friend. Man, Uber Driver is fast. It's scary. That knight seemed to magically take on a whole new role. Suddenly, white is on the defensive. Wow. Oof. Black's clearly better now. Too many pawns for the exchange. The knight is a factor. It went from an onlooker to the major player in the game. Changes everything. When you're down the exchange, it's pretty important how strong your minor piece is. That's a lot of pawns, man. I can't watch. All right, what do we got left? Guys, welcome to the tournament. Sorry, I didn't mean to go back to that game. I wanted to refresh this page and see how many games are actually ongoing. 2. Just a short break between rounds. Dinekis versus Yevgeny. Yevgeny checkmating Dinekis. King's Indian, I would assume. Yep. It was classical King's Indian. Nice. I wish I could have... What, Petrosian system? Mainline Petrosian system. Of course, this Queen C2 is not supposed to be a big deal. A5, Bishop G5. Oh, well, now we've transposed something standard there. Okay, we got another request to join the team. 229 from India. 46 plus 484. You're in? St. Nicholas. Speaking of least favorite actors, not a fan of Meryl Streep. Alright, what am I doing? Get out the vote tournament. 1 game ongoing. This is a long first round. They're still playing? How? Oh my god. Uber Driver screwed that up. He had like 8 million pawns for the exchange and more time. And he ended up drawing. Miraculous save by Muleskinner. Wow. That I just had to I had to turn it off because I thought Muleskinner was going under. We agreed on something? As long as you're not a Trump fan, DK guy. I don't care how many other things we disagree about. Uber Driver in a slump. You look like you were doing well there. All right, guys. Round is starting. 45 seconds. They're not real Swiss pairings. This is the modified lichess Swiss system, where random things happen. You're just like randomly the top seed for no reason. The Queen C2 is Yevgeny's line, the Petrosian kid. Oh, we played it against you before. I mean, everybody plays that. That's a very, very common line. Not everybody, but yeah. No, it's kind of an annoying line. I won the last tournament I ever won in the United States was like the 2013 New England Open. I had to beat this FIDE Master in that line with black. You know I'm desperate if I'm playing the King's Indian in 2013. It was the last round I had to win with black to win the tournament, and I did. That line is rock solid for white, though. The dweep. I don't really play the King's Indian much nowadays, although I used to. I don't like giving my opponents a space advantage from day one. So we're playing mostly this. I don't remember. I'm sure that I played with dweep already. But I don't get a lot of Nimzos on lichess. Maybe I don't play enough strong players. Well, in fact, I'm sure I don't play enough strong players. I play you guys. It is interesting, though. Not only in general on lichess, but amongst the the players here on our stream, I get very few kind of mainline Nimzos. Rubinstein Nimzos almost never. I should study this opening more, though. My best friend when I was growing up was a big believer in the Hübner variation, and I always didn't play it because that was his thing. Like, we had our own things. I played the King's Indian, he played the Hübner Nimzo. But the Hübner Nimzo is probably like black's best line, objectively. And I've never really played it. You're like handicapping yourself by not playing the best variation. So this is that. Another good chess friend of mine, FM Charlie Hertan, used to play the Hübner Nimzo with black. We traveled to some tournaments together. Remember once he lost a game where, well, it wasn't this position. I guess white somehow played rook b1 early on. d5 is wrong. No, okay, d5 is one of the main lines. I don't know. Yeah, d5 is okay. d5, e4. I don't really like it, though. I don't play this with black, generally. It's possible Dweep knows better than me. I have no games in the Hübner in my life with tournament play. I guess one of the reasons why I didn't play it is because it's so well known. I try to be a little bit like off the beaten path in the openings where I can. But we're just like dominating now. I think white's just in big trouble. It's a little like a Four Knights e45 game. I mean, there black could have like rook e1, bishop f1, be better placed. He can't play knight e5 because of knight e5, knight d3. JCS, it's good to have. I didn't mention you're back again, because I assume like everyone sees every stream like I do. Oh, he found it. Yeah, it's good to have JCS back. And we break up the white squares, but I can't play f5 right away. Can I? Hesitating. Cambridge Springs is tough to beat. Yeah, I mean, tough to beat, though, is different from like good winning chances. Cambridge Springs, of course, one of Uber Driver's favorite openings. And a favorite of Alexander Alyokhin. Am I losing a piece yet? It's funny that you mentioned that, Uber driver. I'm currently like analyzing the 1927 World Championship, all the kind of best games from that, which is probably a big favorite of yours. So the Cambridge Springs, I mean, I think that's one of the most important matches for the Queen's Gambit declined. Cambridge Springs, yeah. Also, I lost to the Cambridge Springs 2 months ago in the IM tournament. I didn't lose because of the opening, but I did fail to get an advantage, of course, with white. But I mean, you could say the same for every major variation of the Queen's Gambit. He's like, Cambridge Springs is tough to beat. You could say the same thing for all of them. The Lasker, the Tarash, I mean, not the Tarash, the Tartakover, and the Cambridge Springs, and the Orthodox. Just like, pick major Queen's Gambit variation and fill in the blanks. Like, what variation of the Queen's Gambit other than the Tarash, which isn't really a true Queen's Gambit, isn't tough to beat? Jim, what's up? Guys, don't forget to support the stream, donate. We've had Chessmer for the gift sub this week. Jim, 400 bits donated. Made me think of that. Generous, guys, thank you. Queen's Gambit accepted again isn't really a true Queen's. I mean, that's I'm not talking about that. Inherently, yeah, I mean, there's a huge difference. It's exactly what we're talking about. The fundamental difference between the Queen's Gambit accepted and the Queen's Gambit declined is the maintenance of the d5 pawn. I mean, that's huge. Much less risky than giving up the pawn or playing something like c5. Does anyone know why Merrill left? I got tired of being unable to beat him. I was pretty convinced he was cheating somehow. So I started making it felt that I didn't think he was being completely honest, and he decided not to play anymore. Man, White's defending really well here. When in doubt, I mean, I'm kind of holding back on playing g5, honestly. I don't really have to weaken my king side in this position. I felt that Merle had too many games where he never lost except for on time. He was like Uber driver on crack. I used to joke that they were the same person, but I mean, there is a distinct difference. Like, Uber driver sometimes makes mistakes, but you know, Merle like never did. They had a very similar style. He was like a perfect Uber driver, basically. Check out White's play here. Damn, I missed that move. Didn't he play the Cambridge Springs? That's suspicious now that you mention it. You're making yourself... You're causing suspicion upon yourself to be... Damn, he sees everything. Now he blunders it for one move and then sees rook d2. I keep missing moves left and right. Damn. My advantage is so strong, though. You never played Cambridge Springs. Alright. Well, that explains it. I missed this last move. You made me suspicious there for a minute, Uber Driver. I thought you did. It seems like something that would fit your style, but it was Merle who played the Cambridge Springs. You're sure you're not having memories? Maybe you really have multiple personality disorder and just don't know it. And maybe you were Merle, but you're not aware of it in waking state. Is that possible? Alright, I missed the win with 92 and I missed knight h5, so I'm not spotting these tactics very quickly. But the bigger problem is white's strategic mistakes here. That's the whole idea with the Hubner. So Schieberspieler is just waiting for me to finish. He took out Cheesy Noob. Cheesy Noob. What happened? Schieberspieler was white again? He got 2 whites in a row? No, he had Caro-Kann in the first round. Alright, even lichess Swiss system gets that right. The Sasa Berserking. Sasa. Or Sasha, if you prefer. We use one Hungarian S and one American S. I thought your first game was a Caro-Kann, Schieberspieler. Bad guess. But you beat Cheesy Noob, so that makes sense. He doesn't play E4. Alright, DK Guy, uh-oh. DK Guy just appeared out of nowhere. You got 2 points in 1 round? See, that's the confusing thing about the lichess pairing system. Like, these random people, like... It's easier if it's ranked by rating, because you know where people are. But DK Guy just, like, appears in first place. Alright, Jernvlad has a draw. He's playing Princess. Princess is strong. Oof. I'm having a bad feeling about this. Never mind. Next game. Yevgeny again. Yevgeny has long games by definition. Probably, Yevgeny, you suffer from the same fate as me in those 3-minute arenas. With your style and positional play, sort of solid style, it must be like too many games. This is over. Yevgeny's just winning. Yevgeny must have a lot of long games in arenas, stylistically. Yeah, I mean, Mad Ramus, you need to play, probably more theoretical openings. Try to branch out and take opening seriously. And I think you would improve your game. You're playing the same kind of position almost every game, and it limits you. Okay, NM Slum. NM Slum is fast. Faster than... Actually, Dinekis is fast. White is getting mated. Rough start for Dinekis with some tough pairings. Looks like second round might be a bit faster than the first one. NM Slum. Yeah, he played for our team, I think, once. He wanted to have like a streamer battle. I never got back to him on that. NM Matt Slomsky. Slom. Alright, 1 minute to go. Yeah, but he's, USA time zone guy. I know it's not easy for those guys to play in my tournaments. I had one player from India requesting that I do tournaments at a different time, which is fair enough. Like, seriously, maybe we should consider, I was thinking this yesterday, how would you guys feel about having a tournament on Wednesdays instead of my weird opening streams sometimes, so that maybe the Asian contingent could play? It's something to think about. I could change my Wednesday streams to a tournament sometimes. Yeah, I don't know, JCS. I got fed up with it. It was like he was unbeatable. Mr. Coffee subscribed to tier 2 on a 36-month streak. We've got 3 months of subscriptions. Do you see JCS is here, Mr. Coffee? Now you have 2 mods. Very different moderator style, you guys. But I love you both. Mr. Coffee? Mr. Coffee in the swing state of Pennsylvania. My family's hereditary birthplace. Alright. Yo, we got Yevgeny. Uh-oh. The ghost moderator? We've had a lot of moderators, actually. World Loser. Infinite Flash Chess is technically a ghost mod. I've played this myself, Yevgeny, in Blitz. I don't really know much about it theoretically, but I always thought it was kind of cool to try that with black. Sure, why not? You know what, I find it hard when you're white to pretend that you're black. Like, hey, I'm playing the Sicilian. But it's hard to get it into your mindset. What would I do if I was black? Honestly. Take that bishop. Is it worth it or not? I don't know. Pretend we're playing the Owen attack. Yesterday was a good stream. It made you smile. I don't watch my replays that much. Once in a while, I do. It's nice that it made you smile, though. I said that you were not as aggressive, as not as decisive, more of a gentle mod than JCS. We both have you both have different styles. I appreciate both you guys for helping. You're both great people, and I've met a lot of cool people by teaching chess and streaming here. I would never regret it. Pennsylvania is on my mind a lot. Regretting only the troll in a roll. I told Troll in a roll I wouldn't play chess 960. He's pretty broken up about it. The Troll in a roll, the chess 960 makes me sad, and I don't like it. I don't like feeling like I'm a beginner. It's good Dinekis isn't here yet. What do you mean? He just lost 2 games. Blobix is here. Blobix doesn't play enough in our streams. Don't say that. I ruined him. It always starts my stream on a bad note. I feel like fail like immediately in the first game. Lack of confidence. Maybe if I like left him till last and played the chess 960 last when I'm really like sharper, I would feel better about it. But playing those chess 960 games first, man, it hurts. No, Bob is missing today. It's nice to get a little break from Bob sometimes. I know Matt Ramis said Blob. Blob and Bob are different people. So here the greedy move is like knight g5. But I mean, I'm having a bad feeling about that. Knight g5, d5, bishop g7, rook g8. It's kind of entertaining, but... What did I say? d5, right? Knight e5? Or knight d4? What's the difference, really? What is the difference between knight e5 and knight d4? Here my knight is trapped. Act fast. This offer will not last. Jim. The Jim. We're going to officially call this the Jim Bishop from now on. The Jim. I feel like I'm playing b3. It's quiet. It just sort of sits there, and then just when you least expect it, it like finishes you. Got ambulances, mosquitoes, construction sounds. It's crazy. It's like I'm almost. It's November, and I'm afraid to open the window in my apartment because of ridiculous things. Mosquitoes in November. What do I live in the southern hemisphere or something? I mean, you you voted 30 times for Biden. We're just hoping it's over tonight, Mr. Coffee. Just if Georgia can take it down, we wouldn't even have to worry about Pennsylvania. Hopefully, it doesn't come to a, protested vote in Pennsylvania. Man, we have mosquitoes like year round. I mean, France and Budapest are similar climate. You guys probably have them too. I've been in France in October, November. Same thing. D5, good move. Taking out Queen G4. If I take, I mobilize his queen for him. So what do I do? What would Jim do? That's the question. I wonder if it was better to play bishop d4 finally. I mean, knight d4 instead. Would my bishop be less exposed to attack had it been on d4? Let's say. I mean, I'm not really excited about this. This doesn't seem right. What if I bring it back voluntarily? So, well, France is a bigger country, so you have a very diverse area. Normandy is a little different than the Mediterranean. Yeah. Hungary is basically a pretty small country. We have one climate. No real mountains to speak of. Still doesn't seem right. There should be mosquitoes in the winter time. We were playing poker at this place, this cafe in the back room, and we would open the windows, and like February, mosquitoes would come in. I called it the mosquito room. They were laughing. Where are we playing tonight? Oh, the mosquito room. Okay. Balaton has its own climate. Well, not really. I mean, it's basically not that far from Budapest. More sleaze. So what are we gonna do? No, there are nice parts of Balaton and cheesy, cheap parts of Balaton. I'm just kidding. Depends on where you go. I don't know Balaton that well. Balaton is like the only resort area in Hungary, the only big one. We had lots of tourists. Man, all right. What are we gonna do here? I'm mobilizing your pieces for you. Liberal. You're definitely liberal. You're not voting for Trump. I'm so sick of people like labeling everyone into these camps of liberal and conservative. That's absurd. Too much of that on both sides. Queen d5. If only life were that simple that everything was binary. How about f4? Because I'm really not into getting mated. This is kind of a strange move. How does the audience feel about f4? I'm offended by queen g5. Extremely offended by queen g5 type attacking plans. Parham, Muksudlu. What's up, brah? Muksudlu's in the house. No, it's Parham C. What's up? So I don't know, guys. c5 is a not really offensive move, right? I'm not in any danger. Pick up a tempo on the queen. Pick a square. There was a match between Carlsen and Muxudlu in Blitz yesterday. That's why it was on my mind. Of course, Muxudlu, if you don't know, is like one of the younger Iranian grandmasters. He won the World Junior Championship a couple years ago. But he's not like a household name. Yevgeny grabbed the pawn. Grabber of pawns. Whoa. This is vicious. Mr. Vicious. Mr. Bill. King of Fate lasts a little longer. Okay, Yevgeny took the pawn. Time was a problem for Yevgeny. I wasn't confident in my position, Yevgeny. When I played f4, maybe it's a good move. But I didn't think I was necessarily winning. Now I'm in trouble. Oh no, DK guy gets his nightmare pairing. But he's better. He's got space against Schieberspieler. Wow. It is... What opening is this? Was this a Caro-Kann? No, this had to be a Caro-Kann. Actually, DK guy and Schieberspieler both play Caro-Kann. Man, DK guy is digging deep positionally with like knight b2, bishop showing his class. Look at that. Wow. Schieberspieler is really, really tough and principled and solid. It's a tough hombre. He's a bad hombre. Not the DK guy is bad either. They're both bad hombres. Pretty much. Nah, it's lost. But I think DK guy puts too much pressure on himself, worrying about who his opponent is. I know it's not easy. We got a request here for the team. Shilby. Thanks for joining, guys. He's like dreading playing Schieberspieler too much. I mean, I dread him too, but... Oh, there's a little trick. The OMG. Yeah, that was a nice trick. It's still not over yet. Technically. So I'm going to have to play Schieberspieler. Don't dread your next opponent, guys. I need to... Oh, you see a notification? What? Yeah, now with more Mexicans. Hopefully by tomorrow things will be different. We can let our Mexican friends in again. I have a lot of friends from Mexico. Well, quite a few. None of them are too fond of the big orange guy. This guy was annoying me with requests to join to challenge me and stuff, and he doesn't have enough games. Alright, Schieberspieler, what's up? So what do I got? I'm gonna have to play black. Are colors right? Yeah, colors are right. Schieber gets white against me. You know what that means. Time for a buy. I could take a strategic buy here. Wait, if I withdraw, do I get a half point buy? Is that how it works? I've never done that. I'm not going to do it. I mean, if it's allowed, it's allowed. We had this local player in New England who was like the master of taking buys, John Curdo. He would like plan his whole tournament around like when he could take a couple of buys, and he would figure it out like way in advance. The half point's only in the first round. I didn't want to risk it. If I could take a half point, I would, but that wouldn't be fair. Exactly. So the rules are in place for a reason. Now he's playing his serious move, knight f3. Yeah, we're okay with that. I'm surprised to see Schieberspieler play e4 a little bit. Does Schieberspieler really play this with white? Is this like his repertoire? I sort of doubt it. Is that his repertoire, or just he's playing a sort of universal system? Basically, it's c3 modern. Oh, you're playing the Caro-Kann. I was wondering. Mostly they don't do that, rookie one. They usually release the tension there. Is that bad for white? Are you playing like a bad, weird sort of Lopez or something? Can I take and play? I can't think too much. It's 5+3. D5 is also possible. How good is D5? Completely unsound? Yeah, I mean, D5 is ridiculous. I'm not sure. Actually, ironically, I had a similar game against DK guy once, I think. It's kind of funny. I could be in big trouble, but it's not really a King's Indian. Slightly different. It is turning into a King's Indian, though. Schieberspieler is really trying to get me playing aggressively. Dull. It's not dull anymore. It was dull momentarily. I don't know. I don't really like g5. But if I play f5, he takes an f4 and plays e5, a trick I know from the Bayonet King's Indian. I think white's probably better there. but this is interesting. F5. If F5, G3, what's wrong with F5? G3, just knight G6. Kind of an all or nothing position. I mean, black's playing it like a classical King's Indian. You know, white has more space, but I'm not certain it's that bad for me. But you definitely need to play something sharp against Schieber-Spieler. Like, you can't play for a draw or a solid game. You give him the edge if you do that. That's his type of game. If you want to beat a player, you know, he's similar to me, but more... He's more... how do I explain it? More devoted to that style of play where he's very technical, he's very fast, he loves positional chess. So here, I was thinking of sacking a piece, but don't really see anything that convincing. You could sack a piece, I just don't know. I don't think I can do it. I'm gonna cop out here. The idea of playing knight f4 is still possible, but I have problems with the e4 square. General assumption here is that white is slightly better. C5? Uber driver, what are you talking about? C5 for me? That's his side of the board. Much earlier. Like on move 7 or something, maybe. I like attacking the king. But you guys know I don't do this. Damn, I thought I had bishop d7, but it doesn't work. Bishop d7. I was trying to trap his queen, but it doesn't work. Hmm. Tactic I was afraid of. Knight g3. Damn it. He's got that. Knight f4. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm just lost. I'm completely lost. I made it worse with knight d4. Now he managed to grab onto those white squares. I was really banking on bishop d7, bishop e8. Queen e8, queen f7 was a blunder. I think I'm okay here. I'm probably okay, but I might have to make an ugly move in this position. Like, actually, what do I do? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I have to take his bishop or something. After knight g4, knight takes e3. What was so bad about knight takes e3, actually? I'm positionally worse in the endgame. Yeah, I had to play knight takes e3, but it's ugly. I'm worse. Is something of a problem here? Murky? What's murky about this? No, this is brutal. You got me. Alright. What is this move? Rook e1 in the opening. That doesn't seem right. Rook e1, what am I supposed to do? Rook e8. D5. He's following the opening explorer. This is actually in the opening explorer. Knight e7, c4. Here I played knight h5, but I don't like this for black. That's probably the last game. Uber driver, I don't know about your recommendations. c5 in the... Oh, c5 or something? Yeah, you can play that. I mean, it's not better or worse. I don't think it's better or worse. I mean, it's a move. And this guy is just like trolling me. Alright. Back to the tournament. Good games, Schieberspieler. Time to start another round. I don't like that 2-2 now has 3.5. No, I don't like playing knight c6 and knight e7 and it turning into like a mainline King's Indian. Then black shouldn't play like that. Zhurn, Vlad. Remember to get a modern browser. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt. It was a really ugly game for black. I guess g5 was bad. Oh well, we gotta leave it in the past, guys. Move on. Jim, what's up? Coach Ah. Welcome, guys. Don't forget to support the stream. Jim can't do it by himself. Everybody else, please subscribe. Thanks, Mr. Coffee, today for resubscribing. Please play King's Indian. Congratulations, Schieberspieler, redeeming himself. Another symmetrical English. I was hoping for another swindle, but we didn't really get any chance there. No, I don't like that kind of position where I'm playing g5 and I lose the white squares. I know that there's some people who don't mind playing like that, but generally speaking, I don't do that. Zhurn Vlad is forcing me to play the Marazzi with white. Only option. Schieberspieler would be proud. He's better in in-game technique than Uber Driver. Pretty good level tactically. Yeah, he even saw bishop takes g5, which is like really a stretch. He normally doesn't need to do tactics. But I was sitting there like sort of hoping he wouldn't bother with bishop takes g5, but that's just like this game over. Unfortunately. Looks like Zhurn Vlad is specifically trying to transpose. I thought he was trying to transpose to the Gurgenidze variation with knight c6 there. He could have played knight d4, queen d4. Saji's play was perfect till move 19, but the Schieber's 19 first moves were even better. Yeah, I mean, you saw the opening explorer. Instead of knight h5, there was games with knight d7, but I don't like subscribe to that too much. If we're going to play, then we're going to play on the king's side. Hikaru is not afraid to play knight d7 sometimes, but it feels like we're going the wrong direction. I would normally not play knight c6, I think, if I had to do it over again. I really didn't think Schieberspieler knew the line. I thought, he was just messing around when he played like c3. He doesn't normally play e4 so much. So I'm playing against myself here. I play this line a lot with black. But rook c8 is not a standard move. Not. Who's there? It's not a standard move. Rook c8. How bad is it? I don't know. Knight e5, b3, knight g4. Is that a lie? I guess I can consider f3 here. But knight b3 is another move. Knight b3, queen b4? What's going on? That's not right. Shouldn't really be a system for black. Black's making things up here. Rook a c8 and queen a5 is not a normal line against the Marazzi. There's something wrong with this. Knight b3, queen b4. Wow. Huh. Do I have like c5 there? Doesn't work. I don't know. Sharon Vlad is playing like the black side of Marazzi circa 1950. But I don't know. Why are you allowed to play rook a c8 in a position where no one does that? Leaving the a pawn kind of unprotected. Sadly, I don't play it for white very much. I feel uncomfortable. Schieberspieler is going to be hard to catch up with. At least it's only 9 rounds. At least it's a 9-round tournament instead of not only 7. You guys are going to have to help me a little bit here to take him out. Come on, it's a blitz game. He's got less space and he's not trading pieces. Should be good for white. Knight b3 again is awkward. Weird. I think he also had ideas of knight e5, knight g4 possibly. It's completely conceivable now he does it, but it's conceivable he like had it before in a very strong way. This doesn't seem right, man. What would Schieberspieler do? Knight c2? Man, Uber driver with a massive Wikipedia link. But thanks for quoting your source. Bishop f1. I mean, Vlad just doesn't want to trade knights, but that doesn't seem right. Now I have knight a4, queen d2. Knight a4, queen d2. That doesn't seem right either. Knight a4 is bad. Queen f2. So obviously knight d5. How can I not exploit the b6 square somehow here? It's weird, man. This is creeping me out. How can he get away with this? I have no advantage. I don't even know what I did wrong. Black just gets in. He just gets in b5 on the queen side. Knight d5's nothing. a4 may be necessary. Only way to stop it, to stop the b5, but weakening my position. Damn, dude. Who is Jernvlad? He's good. How is he 1900? Okay. What are we doing? I have nothing. Nothing with white in the Marazzi against the 1900. That's pretty disturbing. I don't even remember. These games must have been like 2 years ago. I don't remember playing him in the last 2 years, or at least the last year. Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Like, where's my advantage? What was I supposed to do? Like, when did I ever have a move? I don't understand. Obviously, it's completely okay for black now. But I don't really know what I did wrong. All I know is that he's fast. Faster than me. We might still get lucky. I'm not proud of me. I wouldn't be proud. I'd never play the Marazzi. He tricked me with the opening move order. Forced me to do it. Watch him with King f8. Master played King f8. It's a tremendous move. A true Marazziist. Whoa. That's not right. He blundered. It's a Russian move. It's the only move. No, he could have played f6. He's not even Russian. He's Ukrainian. All right. It reminds me of the time that I asked Igor Foigl. Is he not Ukrainian? He was like, I'm Jew. That's not a country, man. All right. Today's political climate, with election, everyone just assumes that Russians and Ukrainians are all courting Rudy Giuliani for information. Oh my god. He has rook takes e3 followed by bishop h6 check. And he's super fast too. 1900 super fast, tricked me. He tricked me pretending he was like normal speed and then just sped up suddenly at the last minute. Banking on the outside. And banking on the outside pawn. Oh my god. Yeah, he didn't like that. God, he's a genius. But he could have played d5 there. Man, this guy is good. He's no 1900. He's too good for 1900. What, are you serious? It was Igor's birthday the other day? He was the player of the day on Chess Games? That's awesome. He was a famous trainer in Ukraine. Well, nobody was famous, but amongst chess players. What a great player not to become a GM. Alright. I mean, this was a disaster. Must be time for the next round. Damn. How old is Igor? Did it say? No. You wouldn't know his birthday. He's basically retired from playing. Schieberspieler wins again. Bishop Desmond Tutu. Yeah, I don't have a good score against Feugl either. I never beat him. In like 11 games. I mean, it must have been worse than like against Alexander Ivanov or something. I had like 6 draws and 5 losses or something. Well, he's like the antithesis of Kurdo. Total positional chess versus tactics. Positional chess will win every time. It's like an NFL game where a really good defensive team goes up against an offensive team. Aldisto? Okay, who's 229? 229, I get it, 229. How many points does 229 have? You know, when you're paired with someone, it should show you how many points you each have. That would be a cool feature. Sometimes Uber driver and I, we reminisce about New England chess, where we both played in the Northeast United States for years. My previous life, before I moved to Hungary. But people don't know what we're talking about. You know, these people we're talking about. Tutu may have left the building. Can we get a new tab? Tab. Where's my tournament, man? This is not going to work. I need to see the tournament. Alright, Sparkle Horse profile, tournament, Pawnda Horses Club. There it is. Pawnda. This better not take me to the game. You are playing. Join the game. I know I'm sort of playing, like waiting for my opponent to not move. So let's see. Schieberspieler. Aldisto. Aldisto. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't speak to Roman. It's been 20 years. No. I haven't talked to Roman in 15 years. More. We were never on speaking terms. Yeah, 20 years. We were on speaking terms. So Aldisto versus Schieberspieler, the e5 pawn push. Roman's old now. He looks like an old mad scientist. I remember when he was like a big, healthy bear. I remember the time that Roman like stayed up all night and played me in a rapid tournament, and he was like sleeping during the game. It was like 1987. He played in some side tournament. It was like an action quad, and I was 2100. Roman like stayed up all night playing poker and backgammon. He probably slept like 1 hour the whole night, and then so after he played his normal game in the World Open, he was like doing side events too. And he was in his prime, so he was like big and fat and healthy and smoking and drinking. Well, I don't know how much he drank, but he was smoking a lot and staying up all night. And it was just funny because like he was like beating me in this rapid game, but he was like taking he was sort of taking naps during the game. He basically played the first like 10 moves, then he went to sleep for like 3 minutes. It wasn't an alcoholic slumber. Roman wasn't a big drinker, but he did stay up all night to the point where he couldn't stay awake. He beat me anyway. With this like crushing knight sacrifice, I remember. Knight takes g2. Like falling out of bed. So Aldisto versus Schieberspieler, interesting. The wing gambit against the Sicilian. Aldisto's got a good style for playing against Schieberspieler, I would think. Though Schieberspieler has a huge plus, of course. Still, for 2.5 out of 9 isn't too bad. Everybody smoked in the 80s. It's weird. My mom was a teacher and everybody used to smoke in her school. That was weird. Like going into the school where like the teachers had like ashtrays everywhere. And they had like a smoking lounge for the teachers in the elementary school. Something like that. Also, smoking on trains and planes was weird. If you think about how different the world is today. But I never ever played in a tournament where people were smoking. That had been banned like before I started chess. You see all those old photos of chess tournaments where people were smoking. You're here. All right. Oh, you tell me now. You better not be checking your phone in the washroom. There's a lot of that going around. Was it like time odds? Is he a bullet player? I'm not crazy about my position. I don't normally play this way, but I just wasn't really mentally prepared to play the game now. I thought it was going to be a forfeit. Though this position looks familiar, I kind of wish I hadn't castled so quickly. I regret castling regret. Yvette Rylick played like this against me with black once. I think that she was training with Rybka. This is a strange move by white. Taking on c5 though. That doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem correct. I remember a game in the Soviet Championship. There was a Lilienthal game where he did like bishop takes c6 against somebody good like Boleslavsky in a sort of similar position. Not mentally prepared for this game now. My bishop can get trapped. You're threatening knight d5. Supratim gauche. The exchange on c5, weird move, but other than that, white's position is okay. Still, he's okay. He sort of tricked me. I wasn't ready to play, and then I like played c4 knight f6. I didn't know. I didn't like that my time was down to 3 minutes. I thought that I was not even playing. I normally don't play this way with black. That's unfortunate. It's equal, I guess. It looks equal. I don't have anything. He doesn't have anything. Hopefully. Schieberspieler managed to beat them. How's everyone? We should ask you. You live in a battleground state, Coach Ah. Election day is not very exciting in Hungary. The other thing is that election day won't be over for like a week. So, very strange decision by White here to play the way he did there. That's pretty odd. Why wouldn't he exchange knights? Now black is better. Yeah, a lot of... This is a crazy move. Wow. Reminds me of a game I lost with White against what's his name? Chernyshov? This GM from Russia. Very bad memory. I tried to play for a draw because I was tired in a 2-round-a-day event. And I ended up in this symmetrical structure where he like killed me in what looked like a very dry position. It was a disaster. That's a brave move. I mean, to play b3, like, that's completely safe. Damn. So what if I try knight d7? It's not enough. I don't have anything. Weird. I didn't even see bishop b2, let alone expect it. We got something. Nice defense there. With that move, though. He saw the threat of knight b3. Now you're threatening to trap me. I had rook a2 earlier, but missed it. If I had seen this move earlier, it might have made a difference. strange situation going on here. What is like some sort of magician? Interesting. Yet he's only 2076 in bullet. I'd be like more like 2376 in bullet. That's all I could do to like get myself out of there. He was quick with lots of tricks. All right, I'm not very quick. I've got 5 wins. Schieberspieler with 6. Very hazy. Took out Aldis though. All right, we still got lots of good players left to play Schieberspieler. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about the riot gear. Hopefully. Hopefully your neighbor is Georgia. Can decide the U.S. election nice and quick. Maybe you could sneak over the border and vote in Georgia. Coach Ah. What do you think? Maybe that will tip the scales in the right direction. Oh, I'm in pain. I don't really know how strong bullet players. I don't have a bullet rating. I refuse to play one bullet game. But in the terms of quickness, I'm very, very weak. In terms of play, I'm good, but I guess my bullet rating could be as high as like 2200 if I played some kind of slower bullet. I don't have any interest in it. But it's hard for me to judge how strong people are by their bullet ratings. Alright. Weekly tournament for Make America Not Suck Again is my joke. My Borat themed joke. Schieberspieler undefeated. We need 3 more wins for a perfect score for Schieberspieler. Don't jinx him, guys. No matter what you do. Just don't jinx him. Alright? Time to get started. Round 7. Oh, DK guy. What's up, buddy? I'm playing C4 now. DK guy just wants to upset me before the game. Make America not suck again. M-A-N-S-A. M-A-N-S-A. Manison. Alright. DK Guy, well, we played this before, right? Okay. I got something for you. I was preparing this for my over-the-board tournament. Some floor makiness. We had one against Mendonca where he was in big trouble too, and I let him get away. Let him get away. Very sad. I had one of the best positions against this guy in the tournament where he made a GM norm. Plus 1.5. Very good prep, and I let it slip. Maybe DK Guy followed the game. Now he's copying. Trying to bring back bad memories. But the opening doesn't bring bad memories to me. I like this for white. It's nice and dynamic. White has a space advantage thanks to the pawn on e5. Thanks, guys, for watching. Don't forget to cheer. No MAGA cheers. We need your support. Bishop e7. Okay. That's not what Mendonca played. So what's up with Bishop e7? It looks like a solid move, actually. Knight c6 is another move. My opponent played d4, following Ding the Ren. But Bishop e7, I guess we could play Queen c2. How do you deal with Queen c2? Bishop f5, Bishop d3, haha. No. Queen c2 looks good. I don't remember the theory though. Is this the reason why? Is this the reason why Bishop e7 is not considered the best? Don't put knight in front of c-pawn. Don't put your c-pawn. What c-pawn? Yeah, knight c6. I like to see knight c6 because if you play knight c6, you put knight in front of c-pawn. And I play d3, and you can't play c5. Yeah, that's why I don't like d3, actually, for white. If d3, black is great again. Which way do we take now? Interesting. The anti-DK guy. He's ranked 666. Now that's strange, isn't it? Yeah. What's this about? Bishop d3. Mendonca is Indian IM who I played in my last tournament. He made a GM norm. He has an interesting style. He's basically not that aggressive. I was surprised he could get the 7 points. He was fortunate. With a not hyperactive, aggressive style, it's very difficult to score 7 points out of 9 in a round-robin tournament. He doesn't have that sort of over-the-top aggressive style you would normally need to score that many points. That was unbelievable. People who play like crazy people make 7 out of 9, taking huge risks normally. He won some games that I was very surprised by. But this guy, look at this guy. He refuses to castle. Are you going to castle queenside? Is your intention to castle queenside? For real? Wow. Yeah, there are a couple games that I was surprised by. This game is awfully similar to my game with Mendonça. In spirit. In spirit only. DK guy is up to 2272 in rapid. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Psycho aggressive move G5 with no castling. Schieberspieler style. Just think about Schieberspieler, DK guy. What am I doing? He's like a positional genius or something. Queen G4. It would take Aronian to win that endgame. Man, I mean, DK guy. Dude, I mean, are you supposed to... Am I supposed to believe you, like, prepared this for me or something? It's too similar to my tournament game. It's almost, like, odd. He plays exactly like my opponent from the GM tournament. Yeah, G5 in the Benoni. That was kind of an unusual game from DK guy, where he crushed me. Faster and stronger. Yeah, he keeps me on my toes. He definitely plays better against me than against Schieberspieler, where he like psychs himself out before the game. He doesn't fear me as much for some reason. I guess the score has something to do with it. Make your bishop great again. This is the exact theme of how I lost to Mendonca. It was this dark bishop against the white squared. The dark bishop against white squared. Enough is enough. White squared knight. What I'm trying to say? Insta move. Phew, we got lucky. He tried to be too fancy. I'm winning after queen f5. But he's just like slightly better in ascending or equal at least. Nah, just one move blunder. Very fortunate. Good game. Back to the tournament. Ludwig has 2 queens. That was a good battle. Good for me. Bad for you. Man, 7 out of 7 Schieberspieler. I was suffering against him there, but I defended well. Confused me with h4. And I mean g4. I didn't know what to do there. I almost dropped my queen. I was this close to dropping my queen. That's so sick. Like, everybody saw me not seeing the threat to the last moment. Yeah, try to guess the lichess Swiss system pairings, Astrobate. Good luck with that. Even if you were like a tournament director, it would be hard to predict what the pairings are. Cheesy Noob lost? I think Astrobate had it backward. Oh, that's not Astrobate, that's Jim. Why are you saying I'll play Cheesy Noob? Oh, because I already played Aldisto. Wait. I didn't play Aldisto. Why would I play Cheesy Noob? I would play Aldisto. Schieberspieler undefeated, perfect score. Aldisto with 5. I mean, under any normal circumstances, I'll play Aldisto. The top 10 are strong. We've got 28 players total. Thanks to everybody for playing, by the way. Still, I can't believe we still have 2 rounds left. Man, it seems like it's been going on forever. Tournament started at 6:45. It's almost 2 hours. Yeah, so the tournament's a little over. It's like 2 hours 15 minutes. Slum 4 points. Yevgeny 4 points. Cheesy Noob 4. DK Guy 4. But DK Guy was better, man. He outplayed me in the opening. I was just fishing around with like knight g4 and knight f6 check. Schieberspieler was rightly suspicious. You guys are going out? Bad premise. I mean, you're going out. Thanks for playing. Sorry I have to go. You're still theoretically in contention for a top three score with 2 wins. Unlikely though. All right, 13 seconds. Thank God I don't have to play Schieberspieler. Somebody beat Schieberspieler. Come on now. Who's left that hasn't played him? It's a stay-at-home advisory for Massachusetts now? Wait, Uber driver, what are you talking about? A stay-at-home advisory on election day? I'm sorry? What does that mean? How do you have a stay-at-home advisory on election day? And M. Sloan. Let's get a master in there to take on Schieberspieler. Are you talking about, like... Well, I can understand you can. An advisory is, like, one thing. But what's the advisory for the pandemic? Or is it about, like, election-related violence? Like, that's pretty bad when our country has gone to the point where we have to worry about election-related violence. Uber driver, what is it related to? Because of the pandemic, you mean? It's a spike in Massachusetts, really? 2,600. Yeah, not a bad rating. I just thought the Northeast was a little bit still better. We've got new questions here in Hungary. All over Europe, it's worse and worse. We're hoping that the state cancels schools, but so far they haven't. That's kind of weird, actually. Man, I could end up in a similar game to the Schieberspieler. It's a little different, though. The bishop's on c4. His center is in the stable. I don't think I could cross 2,700. I don't think I've ever been across 2,700 yet in puzzles. Queen e2. Is castle okay? Yeah, I agree. I like chess tempo for puzzles too. The lichess positions are like just like positions that you try to play like the computer, play what the computer played. It's a little bit weird. Here we go again, Schieberspieler. Now it's different though. This is very solid for white. D5 is not as good here as in the game with Schieberspieler, I suspect. But the boring variation is a problem. Tal and Henkin. How does Tal and Henkin publish a book together? How does that happen? They agreed in the supernatural or something? Sledgy and Alyekin publish a new tactics book this week. Did they clear it with like Tal's estate or something? I'll publish a chess book co-authored by like Benko or something. We're gonna hit the center. Are you sure it's by Kenkin? So it was actually published. I was joking around. That was published before Tao died. Because Kenkin is like my age. Maybe a little older, alright. Forcing moves. That's Charlie. So Aldisto doesn't play boring chess. The correct move is to play pawn takes e5. Pawn takes e5, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, d takes e5. Shake hands and go home. He doesn't do that, though, so it makes it much more interesting. He's an aggressive player who doesn't play for draw, like most people might. But our center here is much stronger. Now I have knight f4. This actually looks good. Maybe not so easy, but it's definitely better than my game with Schieberspieler. At least slightly better than that. $80 on Amazon? Yeah, I know. Queen f1. I was talking about how Roman beat me with knight takes g2 while he was sleeping. Yeah, not so easy here. d5 looks strong. We've got a massive advantage in the center, but how do I get it as king? Yeah, that doesn't look like a link, Uber driver. There you go. Tao's winning chess combinations. Maybe he wasn't really a co-author. Kinkin is a Russian-German grandmaster. Expert in the Caro-Kann. Wow. That's annoying. Bishop a6. Not what I wanted to see from Aldisto. How about this? At least I have a lead on time. But Aldisto's a guy who plays a wing gambit. I mean, this position doesn't look like a wing gambit. A little different from the wing gambit. Okay, this is big. Bishop f4 is a problem. Maybe I have some issues now. No, but his queen sacrifice. Queen sacrifice. Interesting. Well, I gotta do something. Queen c7, I guess. Queen b6. Queen b6 just wastes the tempo. Damn. Rook b8 might be a good move. But I don't know what's happening here. We're active, but not so easy. Knight b3 was a good move. And now he's got c5. Played like a true advocate of Nimzovich. I don't seem to have any sort of threats. And my knight on e7, I'm going to lose my mind in a minute with that piece. Holy Batman. Aldisto played totally positional chess. It's hard to believe he plays the wing gambit. And I don't like what I did with the place. I ruined my game. It's totally irrational. The black position. Stupid. Of course, b4 is a good move. Unbelievable. What am I gonna do? praying for some sort of tactics here. What? Oh my god. I have no idea what's going on in this position. He's starting to win the exchange. I have literally no clue what I'm doing. Carlson's Memorable Games. Hey, that's an original title. Please tell me he didn't call his book that. Soltis? You're kidding me, right? That's sort of disgusting. Isn't it? It's like what's happening here? A good businessman or a clickbaiter? He must be getting pretty old now. Wow. What is happening here? It's like playing Schieberspieler. Pretty similar, actually. Jesus. He's faster than Schieberspieler. Whew, that was very, very lucky to hold a draw there. Another position I was just totally hopelessly lost. Man. Schieberspieler is now, he's now inaccessible. You thought he had a win. Of course he had wins. That's like the other day when I drew against Schieberspieler. I beat Schieberspieler. The same queen and bishop. We might hang on for second place. That's the best I'm going to get. Yeah, that was a good game by white. Not pretty. I always have long games. Quam versus BM13. I think this one's over. Alright, last game, guys. Congratulations, Schieberspieler. Unless he forfeits. Yeah. Unless he's abducted by aliens, Schieberspieler will win the tournament. The election is not over till the last vote is counted. The tournament is not over until the last round is completed. Schieberspieler is not the winner until his 9th round is completed. He can resign his 9th game and win the tournament. But he still has to do that. Go blue. Alright, Schieberspieler 8 points. You beat Slom too. Unbelievable. Palinka. The power of Hungarian Palinka. Leading to a perfect score. I don't think he drank too much. Schieberspieler, did you lose some rating points? You're down to 25-21. Shaky. The F-bomb. You want to drop some F-bombs? 42. You had a bad rated day? Don't play in the hourly arenas no matter what you do. If you lose to like 1/1900, it's game over. We've got another tough pairing. Alright, Slom. We haven't played. It's a long day. My anti-Queen's Gambit move order. He's probably a French player. That's just my luck. Played Queen takes d5. Unusual. But it's a principled move. It's reasonable. You can do the same thing in the Caro-Kann. He probably plays a Scandinavian, I'm guessing. Wow. It's a hyper-accelerated Scandinavian with no e-pawns on the board. I never played this. Normally in the French exchange with c4, black wouldn't go with queen a5. I assume this is better for white, but the question is how much, realistically. Queen b3, queen a6, knight g5 is interesting. I saw some lines where this structure arose. Queen b3, queen a6. It's weird. d3. Queen b6. You have that move. That's annoying. Now what do I do? I was so intent on queen a6 I didn't even consider it. Oh, this is just weird now. I don't want to trade queens. It's like I wasted a tempo, sort of, but not really. I don't know. Weird position. Slom is fast. He's 23-36 in rapid. You assume he's slow. With a higher rapid rating, lower blitz. And his name is Sloan. But his name is his name. It may just be a coincidence that it sounds like slow. We don't know. Queen c4 castles. That's the square I had my queen on against Mendonca 2 weeks ago in the preparation game that I lost. Good position. I'm still kicking myself. Alright, now I don't know. I mean, I've got knight d4, knight g5. Pawn is a pawn. Pawn is pawn. Not so clear. Knight g5. One-track mind. I know it's materialistic, but if it works, it works. It's a central pawn. That's important. Weird position. Trying to secure second place in the tournament. Thanks, guys, for playing. Thanks for getting out and voting. If you're American, an American citizen, please do that. And support democracy. Whatever party you vote for. So, yeah, queen g. I looked at this and I figured I would trade queens and take on e6 with a knight. The second pawn is a little bit greedy. Knight g7, rook g8, knight f5, rook g2, knight g3. Interesting. It feels greedy to grab that second pawn. Safer route would be not to grab it. Black has some compensation here, I would assume. Pretty good line. Knight g7, rook g8, knight f5. Rook takes. There's also, yeah, rook takes g2, knight g3. Knight h4, something crazy like that. That's illegal. Yeah, this feels wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. Greedy. But I'm going to try to trap his rook. Rook trap. Didn't see that move coming. That's a problem. Wow. This is so weird. I don't know what's going on now. He's extremely fast and strong tactically. But he's 2018. Damn. I wasn't expecting him to be this tough. I've got a problem. I was too greedy. I lost the initiative. Bishop c5, man. I saw only knight. What did I look at? Knight g4. Bishop c5 is a great move. Now I've got to be very, very careful here. It seems like he's 2 pawns down, but has tremendous compensation. But he's really only 1 pawn down, and that's tremendous compensation. That's the problem. I thought he was 2 pawns down, but he got 1 back. When did he get? Why was he wasn't 2 pawns down? Yeah, he got 1 back when he played rook takes g2. So I've got I've got one pawn, but black's more active. Well, his weakness definitely isn't his speed, it would appear. You can never be too careful. That needs to go away. Could I be winning? Miraculously? Well, I am up a pawn. Pawnda. But not so sure about this. What he lacks in speed, he makes up for in speed. Very systematic play by black. Compensation all the way. Perfect structure. Played for the initiative. How did I lose the initiative with white? Like, he was behind in development. Grabbing that pawn on a g7. I should have been just more conservative. He still had comp, though. King h1. It's good. That's very centralized for the endgame. We want the centralized king. Schieber Spieler. Keep spieling. Acerbate, the master of spamming the chat room. That was like 15 consecutive chats. Is that like an alternative? You're like Magnus Carlsen of chat spam. Most continuous chat spams without a defeat. We're yet to find his weakness, but we're looking. I don't like having like the opponent have the initiative the entire game. Mostly, not my idea of fun. I guess I could have played Rook H1 there. Very tedious endgame, where, I mean, it's difficult to say if I even have an advantage, despite the fact that I'm up a pawn. Do I even have an advantage here? King centralization. Okay. How you doing there on that square? That's brazen. King d5. Black is like total compensation. It's impossible to even have a threat against the guy on a move. He's 2018. All right. Am I in Zuzfang? Is that it? Basically, might as well be. I can't take it anymore. He has complete compensation. Black's actually slightly better according to the computer. Wow. I mean, this is excellent position for black. I guess it's probably a draw, but it's unpleasant for me. C5 is counterintuitive. Putting another pawn on dark squares. Alright guys, that's it. This game's over. Tournament. I of course had the longest game. Why do I have the longest game every round? That's crazy. We just barely finished ahead of Aldisto for second place. Good job, guys. Schieberspieler 9 out of 9. Taking out Quam in the last round. I have 7 out of 9. Losing to Schieberspieler, draws against Aldisto. I got tired there. Aldisto and Slom. I wasn't really ever in serious contention, you know, to like win those games. I was in trouble. It seemed like too tired to play my best at the end. Schieberspieler with what did you have? 26-26 performance? I had 24-24, and Aldisto with 23-28. GM, IM, FM performances. Tutu finished with 5.5. Jern Vlad, definitely underrated with 5. DK guy with 5. Berserker, also a strong player, 5. Yevgeny with 5. Slom got just 4.5. Kind of surprised, judging by, you know, how resourceful he was against me and quick. You prefer the white side and Rotzi, so I'm the opposite. Jern Vlad. Thanks for being a subscriber and joining our stream and playing in the tournament. Yeah, guys, that's it for tonight. Don't forget to go out and vote. We're going to be back tomorrow with Weird Wednesday. Make America great and not suck. Yeah. Make America not suck again. Let's try to do that. America's in danger of losing its democracy. Alright guys, so we'll see you later. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. CEST. I'm pretty tired. Exhaustion. No MAGA hats, please. Hey, we try not to be too political, but when democracy is a question, we have to say something. Bye-bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.